Hello there YouTube family, and welcome to this tutorial with me, Gemma, on how to do the splits. Okay, so this is a video that is requested time after time after time, and I get, Gemma, how do I do the splits? What do I need to do? Teach me the splits, please. Splits. Everyone wants to know how to do the splits, which is great. However, you must understand that no matter how much time you dedicate prepping and preparing into the splits, you may not get into the splits. Not everybody gets into the splits. It's important that we also understand that we are all built completely differently, and you may be really flexible in your lower back, in your hamstrings, but you can't quite get into the splits. And that might be an indication that anatomically you have a compression stop. So if you think about the head of your femur that sits into the socket of its joint, the hip, you may find that bone hits bone and you just can't get that hinge, or you just can't get past a certain point. Now, unless you are going to grind down your bone, which you are not going to do, you are going to stop at a certain point. And so we have to try to come from a place of acceptance that that is where we are at with that posture. You know, guys, so there's certain things in the yoga practice, in the asana, in the physical side of this practice that I and my body is unable to do. And it's important that I practice coming from that place of acceptance. However, you won't know where your stop points are unless you have tried, and you may be wanting this video to see how I personally warm into the splits. So if you would like to join me and see how I would get into the splits and the things that I do to prepare myself for the splits, then always check the description below. Grab yourself 2 bricks if you have 2 bricks, or you can use books, and come and join me down here. So as mentioned earlier, there are different ways you can prep for the splits, but this is my favorite way to prep for the splits. And we're going to start off in a low lunge. So I'm going to step my left foot in between my hands. Before I do that, grab yourself 2 bricks, keep them at the top of the mat. You may need them later. So just framing this left foot, curling my back toes under, and I'm going to pick that knee up off the yoga mat, and I'm going to stretch that leg back behind me as much as I possibly can. Option to keep the back toes curled under, or you can have the foot completely relaxed. It's up to you. I'm going to keep them curled under. And I'm trying to here really feel and dive into this hip flexor stretch. I'm opening up along the left side of the body, just dropping into the hip, but really stretching down this right hip flexor. You can either keep your hands down here on some bricks. You can have your bricks either side of the foot if you wish to. You can bring your bricks a little bit closer towards the inner thigh and be here. Or, personal favorite of mine is interlacing my fingers just above the knee, pushing the knee away and just picking the belly button up off the thigh and holding there and really sinking as deeply as is available for me. So holding there, breathe. And you can spend as long as you like warming up. So before this class, I have already taught a yoga class, so I am super warm in my hamstrings at the moment. And if you have just woken up or you've had a really busy day, you may need to spend longer warming up through the legs, the lower back. So I'm going to start to frame the foot. Pick the hips up towards the sky. Begin to extend out through this left leg. Pull the toes back towards me. Again, you can use bricks either side of your leg. You can stay up with extended arms, drawing the toes towards you, or you can take a little bow, taking a breath in, and exhale, bow down. So I'm feeling this bite here at the back of the left leg. And when I say bite, I mean nice bite, not painful. You're not moving into the realm of pain. Just feeling that muscle really lengthening out, stretching, pulling either side. Allowing the breath to calm the nervous system. Without a calm nervous system, our body's not going to allow us to get into these postures. We need to try and be super relaxed. I'm going to start to lift all the way up and ripple forward back into my lunge, playing around, dipping nice and low here, melting the thigh bone down towards the earth. Again, you can have your bricks up here, or you can have your hands interlaced above the knee. I'm going to take one more big breath here. Hinging forwards, framing that foot. Hips go back up high. I send the hips back, but not all the way down towards the heel. Walk the hands back. Option to have your bricks again. Draw the toes in towards you. You can stay here or take a breath in. Inhale. Exhale, bow. Beautiful. Okay, so this is where you may stay. This may be your starting point on your journey towards the splits. So half monkey split, half split. Or if you want to try and work into full split, just begin to ripple the foot down again and heel toe the foot towards the top of the mat. Now again, at this point, you can have your bricks either side of you. They can be upright like this, but just be super mindful because they do have a tendency to wobble. Personally, I like them to go on the long side of the brick, and you can be here. You can have books. And this might be it. This might be where you're up to, and you're going to breathe there. Be really mindful around this stretch. Always mindful to not overdo it. You don't want the muscle shaking. That is an indication to come on up out of that stretch. Your body is saying, hey, no, it's sending a message to the nervous system to shake that muscle. Let's bring that person out. Or you may be able to place the hands down. You may be able to heel toe that foot a little bit further, slide the heel towards the top of the mat. You may need to curl the back toes under, lift the knee, and heel toe the back foot behind you. And again, you see people in the splits, they can often keep their toes curled under, or you can have the foot completely flat. be here. You can have the arms extended. We can fold, so there's a lot of variations you can do in the splits. You can peel the body up. Another favorite of mine is to take twists. A little bit more advanced, you can bring the right heel in. We can take some more variations here. So lots of things to work on, and then as we lift out, we press the earth away, curl the toes, and bring that back. You may wish to take a child's pose, or you may just need to stretch into your cobra or upward dog. And that's it, guys. So that is my favorite way to prep into the splits. There are other ways, and just always remember that moving into the splits is a journey and it takes time. But remember, no matter how much of that time you dedicate to the splits, depending on how you are built, you may not get into the splits. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the preparations for the splits. If you did, leave a comment below, and I shall see you on the next one.